Every single day, I get the same message from Shopify store owners. What are the best styles of Facebook ads to get more sales on my Shopify store? So today, I'm going to share with you the exact same ads that I've been running on my Shopify store to get me to more than $1 million a year. And I'm even going to share with you the Meta Ads Creative Framework that I teach in the Ecommerce Academy, so you can just copy and paste it and put it directly into your store. Over the last 6 months, I have tested over 200 different variations of ad creative, from UGC to social proof to catalog to press release. You name it, I've tried it. But what I've done is I've whittled this down to 4 different categories of ad style that you can try that will get you the most outcome for the least amount of creative effort. If we're just meeting, I'm Brendan Gillen, and I've been running multi-million-dollar e-commerce stores for over 15 years. And my mission is to share what I've learned with the world so that you can grow and scale your e-commerce stores as well. And I do this via this YouTube channel, and I also do it in my private e-commerce academy. If you want more information about that, I've got the details down below. But let's get straight into creating some Facebook ads for your store. The biggest challenge when running your Facebook ads is not how to structure or set up your campaign, as much as everyone thinks it is. It's actually the type of ad creative that gets your audience's attention, that separates an amazing ad from a terrible ad, that separates no sales to lots of sales. And we all want lots of sales. Because if you upload the wrong type of ad creative to your account, no matter how good your structure of your campaign is, how much money you spend, the ad's just not going to convert. Here's an example. Imagine you were selling candles online. And so you set up your ad structure perfectly. You followed the YouTube videos, you've got it all set up. You've got top of funnels, you've got ad sets, you've got all the things that you need to get set up. You take the image from your store and you upload it. It's an image of your product on a white background. A little bit boring, but your ad account is all set up beautifully, so it should work. Now let's take your competitor, for example. They have a very basic ad structure. They upload a video of their candle. Now the candle is set in a really nice environment. There's music playing in the background. The flames are wickering there and you can almost smell the candle through the screen, and it has an overlay of text on it. They've got a really basic campaign structure, but they've got amazing creative. Now, which one do you think is going to work? The one with the really basic, boring white creative, or the one that makes it feel like you can smell the candle through the screen? Of course, the one that stands out and grabs the audience's attention. But if you aren't a creative person, creating ads like that can be really, really hard, and coming up with the ideas can be really, really hard. That's why I created this Meta Ads framework that I'm going to teach you today, and I'm going to give you 4 different styles that you can pretty much install into your ad account straight away. So if you want to play along at home, I put the workbook down below. Just click the link, download it, and you can fill it out while we're going through these 4 different ad styles. The first ad style is what we call the founder story. Now, these are the ads where the founder talks about why they started the product, how they started it, what it means to them, and the problem that they're solving. Now, these are exceptionally powerful ads because what they do is they associate a person with the brand that you're buying from. And statistics show that people prefer to buy from people, which means they're gonna buy from brands that they can associate people with. And that means that we're gonna get more and more conversions if people can trust you because they know who you are. Let me show you a few examples of the way founder stories work. Now, if you take a look here, I've got a whole heap of founder stories, and I'm using a tool called Foreplay. I've put a link down in my description if you want to get a free trial of using Foreplay, but basically what it does is it allows you to capture all Facebook ads from multiple competitors and save them within Foreplay. So even if the ad gets turned off by the publisher, you've still got it in your Foreplay account so you can reference it in the future. So we've done that here, and we've got a whole heap of different founder style ads. Now I'm going to show you a couple here that are really, really cool. So this one here is a fantastic example of a good founder story.
Nicole, I'm the founder of Splendid Spoon. I started this business when I was pregnant with my first son, Grover. I really wanted to take better care of myself. I was eating out all the time, and I realized that eating plant-based was better for my body, better for the planet, but also not really easy. And so I used my culinary skills to make food that tastes really, really good. I hope you will try.
Now that's a really cool ad because it calls out a few things. It calls out who she is, the problem she was trying to solve, why she created the product, and the outcome that she has by actually consuming and using that product. It's a really strong, powerful ad, and it means that the audience would relate to her. Let me show you another one as an example.
I'm George. I am a mushroom farmer based in Western Australia, and I grow heaps of lion's mane, amongst other mushrooms, but these are one of my favorites, and the supermarkets love them too. But I saw a gap in the market recently for a 100% Australian extract. Now there's tons of mushroom products on the market, but nobody was doing it properly.
Really cool ad, again, talks about the problem, the solution, and why his product exists. Not everyone is as natural on camera. So what I've done in the workbook that you should have downloaded by now, I've created a founder story framework. And this is it here. Basically, we break it up into 4 key areas. So we've got the first part of the framework, which is what we call the hook. And this is where you relate and identify your audience or grab attention. So what I've done here is I've given a little example hook. So all you need to do is basically copy this example script and write your own over here for yourself, okay? So we just copy that hook. The second part is talking about what happened after you created that product. What's the transformation that someone is having? So what I've done is I've given you another little script here that you can also write your own version here. And you can see where I've put these little green sections is all you need to fill in. The next part of this framework is what we call the how. So what is it that's different about your product to get the results? So we talk about why is your product different from other people and how did it cause that transformation to happen that you're promising? Same thing again, we just grab that and we move it over to here and we fill in the blanks for your product. And then the final one is what is it that we want them to do now? So they've heard about who we are, why we've created the product, the transformation they're gonna have, and then we just ask them to go and buy our stuff. So this is the framework that you'll see that most people use on founder stories. We want to get someone's attention. We want to tell them the transformation they're going to have. We're going to show them how they're going to do it, and then we're going to show them where we're going to get it. And what you'll also notice, that was done in 24 seconds in most of these videos. So you can create the video from, say, a 25-second video or 24 seconds through to 1 minute. We don't want it to be too long because we want to get the people's attention, but we don't want to bore them. So the founder story is a great first ad for you to try if you're not doing it yet. Now, the second type of creative ad style that you need to try is what we call the us versus them ad. This is a great style of ad because it actually has 2 objectives. The first one is it tells people about how great your product is and why they should choose it. And the second thing is it actually shows how inferior your competitors' products are to yours. So it amplifies your benefits and it actually de-amplifies or deplifies, I don't know the word, de-amplifies your competitors' products, so it makes yours stand out from them. Let me give you an example on these ones. Here we can see we've got typical us versus them style creative. And what we usually see is your product and their product. Have a look at this one over here in this cereal. This cereal is called Surreal, and then it's got the other guys. It's all blurred out, and sure, we can tell which product it is, but they're trying to hide it so that we don't really know. But this is a great example. If you were to buy Surreal cereal, it's got 0 sugar, it's got 14 grams of protein and 5 carbs. Whereas if you compare it to the other person, which is a Red X, 6 grams, 2 grams, 28 grams of carbs. So which one do you think sounds more powerful, us versus them? Let's have a look at a few other ones here. This one's more of a generic one, lip balm versus bee balm. So lip balm, even though it's $3 per balm, it's got petroleum in it, synthetic ingredients, artificial fragrances, all the nasty stuff. You look at this one, it's natural shine, healthy ingredients, delicious honey taste. So it really helps that product stand out from the competitor. So let's take a look how you can apply that into your store. This one is really quite simple. All we need to do first is talk about the highlights of our product. So I might go back to that candle example that we talked about. The highlights of the candle, it might be natural soy wax. It might be long burn wick. Could be natural scent. It could be unique vessel. Okay. So they're the features of the product. Okay, so now what we've got to do is just going to flip that around and call out the negatives. And these are the negatives that other products have that separates yours from theirs. We could have petroleum based, we could have fast burning wick, we could have artificial scent, and unique vessel could be generic glass. Okay, so see what we did there? We just topsy-turvied it. We put all our features and then we did the opposite to call out the negative features of the competitor's product. Now, if we have a look back here, we can just use these examples as a way to create them. So you could just take this idea, jump over to Canva and make these yourself. Now, these don't have to be videos. They can be these super simple static images. Really, really simple creative that we're finding is absolutely crushing on Facebook ads right now. So creative style number 3 is what we call the features and outcomes creative. In this style of creative, what we do is we have our product and we have an image of our product. And what we do is we actually put little arrows towards the features and the benefits of our product. So we might put little dot points, or we might do something that really makes our product pop. So rather than just having a picture of our product, we have a picture of the product, and then we call out the highlight. And the idea around this is that if someone sees this ad in Facebook or Instagram, they're not just seeing the product, they're instantly seeing why this product is different and why it is great, and whether or not the benefits of that product actually relate to them. So we're calling out the audience to try and get their attention. The other thing we do here is we put a hook inside the creative to try and grab the audience that we want. So a hook is something that gets someone's attention that they can relate to. Okay, let me give you some examples in foreplay again. So these are some here. So we can see the hook here. It says kitchenware designed to make a difference. And we can see the can, which is toxic forever chemicals, non-toxic ceramic coatings. So this one's actually a little bit of a us versus them one. Let's have a look at a different one. So tasty, you'll forget it's actually healthy. There's the picture of the product. It's got the beautiful looking things there, and it calls out the features here and even the price on this one. Here's the Tesla of wallets. That's gonna get someone's attention. Okay, it fits 15 cards. It's got data protection, space grade aluminum, etc., etc. So we can see as we go through some of these examples that the hook gets the attention, and then we go into detail to find out why that hook is true. These are really powerful style ads, and they're super simple to create. You just need to get a picture of your product, throw this into Canva, and start putting in the features and the benefits of your product. So let's jump into the framework, and I want to show you how you guys can do this for your product. Okay, so you can see on this page here, we basically have two types of versions. The first one is when we're hooking against the product, and the second one is when we're going to hook against the brand. And what I mean by that is we're going to call out a hook that gets the people's attention in relation to the product. So let's use the candle example. The hook might be something like the longest smelling candle ever. So that grabs someone's attention. This is the longest smelling candle ever. You could almost do something like the #1 smelling candle in the world, or a candle that smells so long, I don't know. You just want to call out a big, huge, audacious statement. Then what we've got to do is we've got to back it up with the features that actually match that hook. So let's go into this. So we can have long lasting soy wax. We can have slow burning wick. And then we can have, essential fragrance oils or something like that. You can see we're actually using the exact same features and outcomes that we had in the other ad. We're just flipping it around and making it look a little bit different. Now, when it comes to the brand hook, it might be something like the most natural smelling brand in the world. Okay, so we're talking about the company, not necessarily the product. And then what I've done here is I've given you some little outcomes here. Okay, so in this ad, we could talk about the brand and why they might want to buy from you, not necessarily why you want to buy the products. We might talk about your shipping promise, which could be fast delivery, delivered in 2 days, or it could be free delivery over 100, but something about the shipping. Now, the next part is the guarantee. This is where you guarantee that the product does what you said it does. So you could say, last longer than any other candle, or we'll give you your money back. It could be a 12-month warranty. It could be love it or send it back and we'll give you money back. So we just want to take the risk away from them buying it. That's what a guarantee is. Proof is also a really good one to add in here. And we sometimes use this as the hook. Let's just say that you've got 500 5-star reviews. You could put that in here. You could be loved and trusted by more than 500 people. That's the thing that's going to get people's attention. Something like the support could be 24/7 phone support, 24/7 local support. And then location could be, New York-based candle brand or something like that. So you can see here, rather than just calling out the product, if you want to call out your entire story, your entire brand, you can use the exact same creative for this one. All right, now let's get into the fourth and final style of creative that you've got to try to get more sales on your Shopify store. This is what we call negative marketing. Now, this is a little bit different to what you'd have seen before. It's basically using negative comments about your product to get people's attention. So rather than say how good your product is, you actually say the negative things and the bad things that are going to happen to you if you buy this product. It's a really funny, but yet attention grabbing way to get people to click your ads. Let me show you a couple of examples on foreplay again. This is a really good one here. So this is for the Ridge, which is a really thin wallet. And this is what it says, why you'll regret buying this wallet. And it's got 1 star. It's too slim, I can't even feel it in my pocket. So the funny thing about this is here, this is meant to be slim. The product is all about being slim. So these guys here are actually amplifying that by making a negative thing being too thin because people want the thin wallet. Let's have a look at a few more. So True Classic do an amazing job of this negative style marketing. Have a look at this one. 3 reasons girlfriends hate True Classic. Okay, let's do this.
3 reasons girlfriends hate True Classic. 1, your boyfriend looks too good. True Classic tees are designed to show off all body types. The unique cut shows off men's muscles and makes the waist look slimmer. They're the most flattering tees on the market because they're
Now, I'm not going to spend the whole video watching that because you can watch it. But the premise of this basically says, what are your positives and what are the negatives of those positives that could be? So this True Classic one's a great example because girlfriend's gonna hate you wearing True Classic because you're gonna look really good, it's gonna make you look slim, and other girls are gonna want you. That's gonna really annoy the girlfriend, but it actually makes the boyfriend really want it, right? So it talks about the negatives and amplifying them. So I'm gonna give you a little framework like I've done for all of them that's gonna help you really unpack this negative marketing style. So if we pop back to the workbook, we've got this sheet here and we talk about the positives of our product versus the negatives, okay? So what are the positives about your product? Let's use the candles for an example. Natural scent, okay? What could be the negative of having a natural scent? People think they are on holiday. Something like unique scents could be something like reminds you that you may be living in luxury, okay? So you can get what we're doing there. We're looking at the positives and we're trying to call out the negatives. So really think about that with your store. What are some positives of your products that create a negative for someone else if they're using and buying your product, but it's something that would really grab the attention of the user of your product. So now that you know the top 4 styles of creative, I'll just recap them before I take you to the final thing that you're really gonna love. Okay, so we do founder stories, we've got an us versus them, we've got features and benefits, and we've got this negative marketing. Now that you know there's sort of 4 key creatives that you can try, I want you to try doing this with a simple meta ads strategy. Now I've created a tutorial that shows you exactly how you can use this ad creative and implement it into Facebook to really get the best results. And we call it the One Campaign Facebook Strategies, and you can watch that here.